Assalamu alaikum friends. This is last topic of our first chapter, that is vapor pressure and cavitation. Now let me first try to understand what is vapor pressure. So for that let me take a closed container, this is liquid, and we will start increasing temperature. Initially it was at 20 degrees Celsius and this was open, so it was atmospheric temperature. Now we closed this and we will start increasing temperature. Now at 100 degrees Celsius this liquid will convert into vapors, and there will be equilibrium between this vapor phase and liquid phase, or gaseous phase and liquid phase. Now at that time when this equilibrium occurs, these vapors will impose pressure on this liquid. At the time of equilibrium, this pressure which is imposed by these vapors are known as vapor pressure. So this is vapor pressure. Or you can define it the pressure, you can define it the vapor molecules get accumulated in the space between the free liquid surface and the top of the vessel. The accumulated vapors exert a pressure on the liquid surface. So this pressure is known as vapor pressure, or you can say the pressure at which liquid starts converting into vapors. This all happens when we start increasing temperature, and we increase temperature to 100 degrees Celsius. So this is vapor pressure. Let we take, suppose these are not exact values. Let me suppose this is 10, vapor pressure is 10 and atmospheric pressure was 100. Now let me try to understand what is cavitation. Actually, cavitation is a phenomena. If we take this pipe, if somewhere in the pipe here, let me suppose here, if somewhere here this pressure in the pipe is very less, or this atmospheric pressure is in this pipe pressure is very less, and the pressure becomes equal to vapor pressure. Atmospheric pressure was initially 100 and this vapor pressure is 10. So let we suppose at this pipe here is a liquid which is flowing, and this pressure becomes equal to vapor pressure or less than that. So we will say this pressure becomes 10. So what will happen? So this water will start evaporating. So this air bubbles will this will make air bubbles on liquid. So when this will start evaporating at vapor pressure and this air bubbles were formed, then these air bubbles will travel with water. This is water and these are air bubbles. At some point where this pressure will be high, suppose at this point this is a liquid which is flowing, and at this point this pressure is very high, these bubbles will come and travel through this. When this pressure is very high, this pressure will apply on the high pressure will apply on these bubbles. So these bubbles will collapse. At high pressure these will collapse. So when these bubbles will collapse, they will release very high pressure, because this is gas inside the bubbles, so gas will release and there will be high pressure. These bubbles will develop high pressure, or this gas which come from these bubbles will develop high pressure. So it will act on the surface of this pipe, so that will cause pitting action of pipe, or this will corrode this pipe. So this whole phenomena is known as this cavitation, or you can define cavitation as it is the pressure. If the pressure at any point in the flowing liquid becomes equal to or less than vapor pressure, the vaporization of liquid starts. The bubbles of these vapors are carried by the flowing liquid into the region of high pressure, where they collapse, giving rise to high impact pressure. The pressure developed by these collapse bubbles is so high that the material from the adjacent boundaries gets eroded and cavities are formed on them. This whole phenomena is known as cavitation. Hope you understood this. Thanks. Have a nice day.